All right, you are officially live. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. It's good to see everybody. Up and down night last night. Phillies is what kind of killed it all. I had a unit on the Phillies. That's what kind of killed it. But it is what it is. I might come right back with those guys, scumbags, today. You never really know. So let's just get into it really quickly. Sorry, I was looking at one other hit prop for you guys, but it's not what I wanted it to be. So anyway, Marlins, Nationals. First things first. Luzardo and Gray. And if you know about Josiah Gray and what we've talked about, if you've listened to Beaver talk about him or whatever, not great numbers at home. Usually away, not that good numbers at home. Away, he pitches much better. The last time out against this Miami team, he got shelled for 6 runs. I actually like the Nats here today. The Nats have been scoring some runs. I know that they haven't been winning games, but they've scored 3 runs or more in like 7 of their last 10 games. I understand that Miami's looked decent over the last couple games. But 5 runs yesterday. I mean, one of them was off a home run from De La Cruz. I don't know if I can get behind them continuing to score runs. And like I said, Josiah Gray got hit up with the Marlins the last time he went and saw him, but the 2 times before that, he looked pretty damn good, only giving up like 3 runs in 12 innings. So Nationals first 5 money line at plus 100 for a half a unit. There's a lot of games on the board, so I'm not getting crazy with the unit counts, but I do like the Nationals at plus money in the first 5 today. I don't really want to deal with the bullpens. I think Gray's going to go out there and pitch well, or he's not. So if he pitches well, we're going to win. If he doesn't, obviously we're not. But I don't want to deal with the bullpens. I want to isolate Gray in that first 5. Next game up will be the Orioles and the Blue Jays. So supposedly Kikuchi was supposed to start, and then now it's Richards. The graphics right, yeah. Now it's Richards. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me because I already knew what I was playing in this game before the thing came out. Over 9 at plus 100 for a half a unit. Now, because it's at over 9, it was at 8.5. I liked it a little bit more, but over 9 at plus 100. When these two teams play, they just go over. 7 of the last 10 games these guys have played, the numbers went over 8.5 when I looked at it. So at 9, it's obviously went at least pushed at 9. Baltimore and Toronto both playing really well right now. Obviously, they're both in the thick of a playoff race. Baltimore scored 10 runs their last couple games, 14 their last 4. And then Toronto blanked yesterday, but before that, 12 runs their last 2 games. Before that, 11 spot a couple nights before that. So both teams can score. These teams know each other really well. Like I said, I love the overs, playing these overs, and these two teams play. So it was really simple for me over in this game. Next game up, the Mets and the Pirates. And this one wasn't, I don't know. It was conflicting because you have Mitch Keller on the mound for the Pirates, and we've known, we've detailed on this show for a while now that Mitch Keller is not a guy that is an automatic fade like most of the people in that Pittsburgh lineup or Pittsburgh rotation. He's pitched really well. His last 2 times out against these Mets, 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, and then with St. Louis as well, 7 innings, no runs. So St. Louis Cardinals and the Mets, he's blanked them the last 2 times out. It was at home. Taijuan Walker pitching for the Mets. Kind of which Walker are you going to get? He's been really good for them. 11-4 on the year. His last time out against Miami, he went 7 innings, only gave up 1 run with 10 strikeouts and a walk. Pretty solid stuff from him. He didn't look good at all his last time out, though, against Pittsburgh. He gave up 4 runs. Honestly, though, with all of that, I still think that the Mets finally got the monkey off their backs last night. And I'm going to play him again here today on that run line. Mets minus 1.5 at minus 120 for 0.75 units. Had they looked like crap yesterday and not got the monkey off their back, it might have been a lean to the Pirates or whatnot. But I think that finally, when they scored some runs, everything's kind of working fine. Francisco Lindor hit a dick shot, as Beaver would say, last night. Speaking of Francisco Lindor, Sash, you don't have to type this, but I do have a player prop. I'll post them all later on Twitter. But Lindor over 1.5 total bases at plus 120 will definitely be a play for me. God, he hit that ball a mile last night. But either way, I think the Mets roll here tonight. Next game up, Red Sox and Royals. Probably one of my favorite games on the board. Or we'll go KC Boston. That's all sorts of messed up. So we'll go Boston and the Royals. That's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, the Javier threw me. Heasley for the Royals, Waka for the Red Sox. Dude, all we got to know is that Waka's pitching for the Red Sox, guys. I mean, that's really all we needed to know. This is like one of my favorite plays on the board. Red Sox -1.5 at -110 for a full unit. Honestly, guys, Waka on the year, I'm pulling his stats up right now. Yeah, 11-1, and he's actually coming off a somewhat decent start for him. Not a great start for him. He went 6 innings and gave up 3 runs, but he's just been absolutely dominant for this team. His last couple of times out against Kansas City were multiple years ago, so I kind of just throw those out. They weren't great, but every time that this guy goes out there and takes the hill, it just seems like Boston wins games. Boston's coming off of 2 hard losses against the Yankees, which I think I don't really think they should have probably. The first game, I guess they deserved to lose because the bullpen blew it. But that second game with that little league home run BS with Torres and stuff, I don't know if the Yankees really deserved that game. But I think Boston is one, like I said, is one of my favorite plays here tonight. I think they roll a KC team that's just really, really bad right now. Which you don't need me to tell you that, but either way, Rangers and the Rays. This is going to be the next game up. Rays obviously playing really good baseball right now, fighting for that playoff spot. But at the same time, over their last 20 games, they've looked really good. They're 12-8 their last 20, but 5-5 their last 10. So this team's kind of been let out. Part of that was being on the road in Toronto. And then on the road in New York. But that's kind of why I'm betting against them here today. Only in the first 5. Texas first 5 money line at +120 for a half a unit. It's not going to be Dane Dunning, though. It's Martin Perez on the mound for Texas. And he's just been rock solid for them all year long. He's already faced this Rays team once this year. He went 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits, didn't give up any runs. But look at what the Rays are coming home from. They just went on a road trip, an 8-game road trip where they played 3 games against the Yankees, 5 games against Toronto in 4 days. And now they travel back home here to face, like I said, Martin Perez, who's been fantastic. Kluber's been really good for them. And I don't really want to get involved with that Texas bullpen, but with the nice big plus price in this first 5 with the Rays coming home from a long road trip in a bad spot, I'm going to take the plus money with the Rangers. Next game up, Phillies and the Braves. Well, here come the comments. Tell me I'm a freaking idiot. Phillies money line +165 for a half a unit. So why? First things first, I'm a situational guy. Atlanta in a horrible spot. Coming home off of a West Coast road trip, multiple cities, multiple days. They did get a day off. They have been really good with a day off. I just don't love what Max Fried's doing right now. I don't think that he should be priced like this against a division foe. The way that he's been pitching right now, I understand. He's 13-6 on the year, but I mean, he's doing this win-loss thing. He is coming off a loss in Seattle where he went 6 innings, only gave up 2 runs. But he took a loss against Colorado as well. Ranger Suarez, again, not a guy I'm going to try to run home with and make you think that he's some great. He has 1 start against the Braves in the last couple of years in Atlanta, and he got lit up. But like I said, I just think that the number is too high in a game where the total is 7.5. The books are telling you that they think it's going to be a close game. If you want to take the 1.5 with the Phillies, I think it's at 135-ish. Go ahead. But at in the 160s, I've got to take a shot with the Phillies here. Like that comment said, Albies is back. I don't care. He's coming back off of a broken foot. I mean, I just what do we really expect from Ozzy Albies right now today? And then on the flip side of that, they're going to talk about Rhys Hoskins being out. But of all the guys in the lineup that I could pick to be out for the Phillies, it'd be Rhys Hoskins. And not because I don't like him, Sean Redden. It's just because he doesn't have good numbers against Max Fried. Guys like Real Muto and Harper all have 1. OPSs against Fried. So if one of those guys were out, maybe I would be concerned. But Rhys Hoskins has a 560 OPS against Max Fried. So not really a bat I'm worried about coming out of the lineup. Like I said, a little bit of a play on the number, a little bit of a play on the spot of Atlanta, but I'm taking the Scumbags here at a huge plus price. So, and like Giovi says, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but the Braves aren't playing well right now either. So they lost a couple games to Seattle. They lost a couple games to the Giants. So to come home and lay minus 200 with them, I'm just not having it. So I'm going to take a little big plus price with the Phillies and see what happens here today. And I'm not going to be mad if they lose because it's such a huge price, but I was pissed yesterday. I will say that. Next game up. We've got the White Sox, Tigers, or Twins and Guardians. I'm not sure which one's on your list. Tigers and White Sox. Sorry, yeah, Tigers and White Sox. Matt Manning versus Lucas Giolito. Look, I know everybody's gonna laugh at me again, but Tigers money line plus 135 for a half a unit. Look. First things first, again, just like I talked about in the last game, I'm a situational guy, okay? White Sox are going to be in their 4th city in 5 days. They were in Cleveland, Colorado, and Oakland. Now here they are in Detroit. Giolito doesn't really have good numbers against Detroit in any way, shape, or form. His last 2 starts against them, 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, and a win. Cool. And the start before that in Detroit, 6 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, and a loss. I'm taking Detroit on the money line. If you take a look at what Matt Manning has done, his last couple starts, pretty solid against the Royals. He got lit up by Seattle, but against San Francisco, the Angels, the Rays, really good. The White Sox got him on the road. But like I said, he's pitching at home, and he's pitched a lot better at home right now. I hate the fact that I just hate the spot for Chicago right now. Like I said, you got 4 cities in 5 days. I know that they killed a smash last night. I get that. But again, Gio has bad history in Detroit. It's just not a spot that I'm looking to lay minus 155 with the White Sox here. So I'm going to take a stab with Detroit. And I'm not taking the run line just because it's kind of juiced up. It's at 135 now, but again, with the total at 7.5, maybe if you wanted to play it safe, but like I said, same type of thought process with the game before. With a low total, I'll take that home dog at a big plus price and like my chances. Twins and Guardians, next game up, most likely. All these games pretty much start at the same time, yeah. So we got Trevor McKenzie against Bailey Ober. First and foremost, Ober's coming off of an injury. He hasn't pitched in a while. Trevor McKenzie was pushed back. He was supposed to start yesterday. We ended up betting on Gaddis. Gaddis got shelled. He actually got shot to AAA about 20 minutes ago. So don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, Hunter Gaddis. Thank you very much. But like I said, I think that Cleveland was maybe looking at Cleveland's looking ahead really quickly, was looking ahead yesterday. But I'm all over Cleveland here today. Cleveland money line, it's bumped up to all the way to minus 150, I guess. Yeah, minus 150 for a full unit. It's starting to come up a little bit. If you wanted to sprinkle minus 1.5 at plus 145, I wouldn't hate it. But I understand the Twins have looked good the last couple of days because we've been cashing multiple tickets on them. But that was against the Royals, and that's just not a team that I can trust. Like I said, Ober coming off of injury. McKenzie's history against the Twins has to be talked about, though. His last start against them, he looked fantastic. 7 innings, 6 hits, no runs. But the 2 previous ones before that, 10 total innings, 13 runs. So it's kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of situation. McKenzie's pitching well. Like I said, he was pushed back to start this game. Everybody in that Cleveland bullpen that we want to go had the day off yesterday. They didn't use anybody in that blowout. So I'm going to take Cleveland here in a game that they got to have, especially with the White Sox today too. So hopefully maybe Detroit can lose as well, or Detroit can beat the White Sox and maybe Cleveland can gain some ground. But either way, all over the Guardians here today. Next game up's got to be Astros in the Athletics. Justin Verlander and Adrian Martinez on the bump. Don't really feel like laying juice with the Astros. A couple people have asked me about is Justin Verlander healthy. Supposedly he was not. He didn't even really need to go on the IR. He went no. Astros Mariners money line at plus 100 for 0.75 units. Anyway, Verlander is he's fine. They were holding him back just to be safe. Seattle money line. They were holding him back just to be cautious. I think they're in the type of position right now where he wants to go out and get himself ready for the postseason. So I'll do that. It's Astros Mariners money line parlay at plus 100 for 0.75 units. So yeah, I'll talk about the Mariners when I get to them. Next game up is the Yankees and the Brew Crew. This was actually a really fun one because I really went back and forth. First and foremost, the over 8 minus 110 for 0.75 units. Both of these teams are just playing really, really well right now and hitting the ball really well right now. But I'm also going to take the Yankees money line at minus 120 for 0.75 units as well. Yankees 8-2 their last 10, playing really good baseball right now. Coming off of a sweep against the Red Sox, which, hey, they got lucky. Sauce also over 8 minus 110 at 0.75 units as well. But like I said, Yankees 8-2 their last 10, 12-8 their last 20, and they're scoring a ton of runs, 5, 7, 10, 10, 2, 2, 7, 5, 5. I mean, the Yankees are scoring runs, but also don't look now, the Brewers are scoring runs too. If you take out obviously their last time out against the Cardinals, they lost, but before that, 8, 7, 5, 2, 4, 2, 7, 6. So I know I'm just rattling off numbers, but all those numbers are big numbers for scoring runs. I think we see some runs here today. Couple little trends, though, to pay attention to. Brewers 2-5 this year as a home dog. Yankees 11-6 with a day off. Montas has been up and down, but like I said, I think the Yankees continue to roll here for a little bit. Next game is the Reds and the Cardinals. Who did I pair the Cardinals with? I have the Cardinals in a money line parlay. Oh yeah, the Red Sox. Still don't know the starter for Cincinnati. Doesn't really bother me either way. I don't see the Cardinals losing again at home to a Reds bullpen game. But either way, Jack Flaherty hasn't been great. Good, but not been great. So I parlayed the Cardinals and the Red Sox together at plus 101 just for a half a unit. Nothing crazy, but to get those two teams that I both think can win at home against two of the worst teams in the league at plus money, definitely going to take that. That's definitely going to be on the VIP sheet. So Cardinals, Red Sox, money line parlay at plus 101 for just a half a unit. Plenty of spots on the board here tonight. All right. Next game up is Mariners and the Angels. Another one of my more favorite games on the board here tonight. This line went up a little bit. It is what it is. If I got to pay it, love the Mariners here tonight. And I love you, Sauce. Angels, just not in a good spot right now. Not in a good spot at all. Robbie Ray has been absolutely dominant. Seattle money line minus 165 for 1.5 units, and then Seattle money line is Seattle minus 1.5 at plus 105 for a half a unit. Just a horrible spot for the Angels coming home off of a road trip. And then Michael Lorenzen is not a guy that you can trust in any way, shape, or form. He looked actually kind of decent against the Astros, but they don't really play in before that. Before that, he had given up 7 runs to them. Seattle's seen him previously. His last 4 starts, Seattle's seen him twice. including going back to that injury time. And then Robbie Ray against the Angels, his last 4 starts, 3-0-1, giving up 1 run or less in 3 of those starts. He just continues to dominate. Seattle is one of the better teams off of a day off as well. I thought I had it written down. I want to say they're like 10-4 with a day off, but there's like a group of 5 teams that are clearly better with a day off, and Seattle is definitely one of those teams. So, yeah, I'm all over the Mariners here today. I know that's a shocker to all you guys. Padres, Diamondbacks. Yo, what's the rule for this game, guys? If you know me, what's the rule? Cannot bet on the Padres, and we cannot not play the Diamondbacks at home. So I don't know what's the graphics tell you. It's Madison Bumgarner versus Blake Snell, and I'm taking the Arizona Diamondbacks in the first 5 on the money line at plus 140 for a half a unit. Or plus 145 for a half a unit, excuse me. Let's just take a look at what Blake Snell has done. He's been really good. Absolutely. But honestly, like I can't make an argument that Blake Snell won't pitch well. So maybe an under in this game as well. I don't want to mess with that. Mad Bum hasn't looked great at certain times, but the times that he has looked good in the last, 2 years against these Padres at home. 5 innings, 1 run his last time out against them at home. The timeout or the previous 2 starts before that, 9 2/3, only 3 runs. So the Padres are not in a good spot right now. We saw that last night. I was on the Padres. Sauce told me not to do it. I should have listened to him. The guy that was facing the Padres last night had an ERA in the minors of over 9. And they couldn't score a goddamn run off of him. So all over the D-backs at this huge plus price in the first 5. I don't really want to mess with their bullpen just in case. But like I said, Mad Bum has been absolutely fantastic at home against this Padres team. The Snakes have been playing pretty well. 2 back-to-back winners against the Dodgers and Padres as they stay at home. Let's go, Snakes. Last game of the night. The one that I probably had the most trouble with, the one game I called Sauce about to see what my record was when I bet this team at home. 6-6. I think I'm probably up a little bit because there's plus money. Splitting it up, going half unit on each. Giants first 5 money line at plus 130 for a half a unit. Giants money line at plus 140 for a half a unit. Why are you not playing your Dodgers at minus 1.5 at plus money? Well, first things first, I don't know who. I'm assuming everybody's going to play since I'm assuming that everybody's going to play since they had a day off, and maybe I'll look stupid for doing this. But if you take a look at what Logan Webb has done against the Dodgers at home, it's been really good. And against the Dodgers in general, he's had 1 bad start against them. Sauce, break it up, half unit on each one. First 5 and full game. 130 for the first 5, 140 for the half game. But either way, like I said about Logan Webb, his last start at Dodger Stadium went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. And then his previous start at home against the Dodgers, he got lit up. But the previous 2 before that, he went 12 innings, only gave up 2 runs. Look, the Giants are playing really good right now. They've won 3 of their last 4 games, 2 of those games against the Braves. I know I'm playing against the Braves, and I just told you the Braves aren't playing good baseball, but that means we can't take it away from the Giants. And they're also scoring runs, 3 runs or more, and 3 runs or more against the Braves twice, 4 and 5 against the Cubs. So this team is scoring runs. Look, Dustin May has 4 starts this year. 2 of them are against the Padres. 2 of them are against the Marlins. I'm not going to try to sit here and make this huge case that the Giants offense is crazy, but I just don't know what the motivation is for LA here besides the fact that it is the Giants. So yeah, you're right, Jaden Williams. The Dodgers might have a field day and I might look really stupid, but at this time of the year, I got to take some shots off some dogs and some home dogs as well. So if there's a home dog I'm going to take, it's going to be Logan Webb. So hold your breath for me. If you don't follow me, I get it. But I do think that I do like my chances, especially at 130 and 140. I do like my chances here tonight. So that's it as far as the sides go. I do have a couple total base parlay or total base.
I also have a I also have another Hammerhead prop lock.
Also, Sauce is 1-0 in his Hammerhead locks. So just so you guys know on this show, 1-0 with the Marcus Semien total base
I'm
prop.
coming in JT Realmuto over 1.5 total bases at plus 120.
Oh my God, he was on my list. I love that, Sauce. I love that. Hold on, let me find what that stat is. Yeah, JT Realmuto, 34 plate appearances against Max Fried. Slash line 355, 353 with 744 with 3 dingers. Touche, Sauce. Touche. I already gave you guys Lindor over 1.5 at plus 120. Your guy and mine, Javi Baez, over 1.5 total bases at plus 140. He has really good numbers against Lucas Giolito. Julio, Eugenio Suarez, hit parlay at plus 115. And then your favorite baseball player in mine, Bryce Harper, over 1.5 total bases at plus 135 as well. You don't have to worry about writing those all down, Sauce. Not a big deal. The ones that want them will replay this. They will get them. I will be posting them on Twitter and Discord as well. No show tomorrow because I'm pretty sure these guys are absolutely flooded with college football and NFL stuff. So VIP will be out tomorrow. I'll probably do a Spaces as well. So if anybody wants to check that out, it'll be sometime in the morning. I'll do a Spaces. So next show will be on Monday. But until then, DM me or Discord. Have a good night.